Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm spiritual coach Lisa Hop. It is Sunday, January 25th, 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're well. Like me, if you're enjoying a snow day, please stay safe, warm, drink the hot chocolate, marathon the TV, read a good book, whatever makes you feel the most blessed and comfortable during these type of days. I use these days to nest, as I call it. I have a son, and when he was younger, I used to bake, and I would cook a little bit more, but I'm not baking because he is an adult. He doesn't live at home anymore, but I am eating more carbs today. And I already cooked breakfast before I got on, which is not something I normally do on a Sunday. So it's just that kind of day when you want to throw on the Snuggie and, there's a couple football games. Enjoy inside. Play it safe, please. If you can, I hope you can stay inside. I hope that you have a life where you have the choice of doing that. And I want to welcome back, as always, all of you who listen to me every week. I appreciate you so much. I say this every week, but it is genuine, my gratitude. I just feel so blessed and happy that there are people who want to listen. That maybe I do help people in some way. So thank you. And for those of you who are new, thank you, welcome. I hope that you will find a home here and that you will connect and be helped as well with everything that you hear. As always, if you're on Facebook business page, click on like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. If you're listening to this through Comcast, Spotify, iHeart, wherever you're listening to it, thank you, Apple. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if you can follow, please do so. This week's topic is about health. So normally I put a disclaimer in the comments to say this podcast is never a replacement for treatment from a licensed clinical therapist or medical doctor. And I want to say it right on this podcast today that I am a spiritual teacher. I do speak truth, but always seek out the professionals when necessary, when you're called to, because I believe it's a compliment. My personal belief system is it's all right to complement the clinical with the holistic and spiritual. We're all working together. Now, do I sometimes choose to ignore what I might hear? I don't want to say ignore, but you got to be on the team. Never be doom and gloom with, in your clinical position. It is important to always take care of the mental, emotional, and spiritual health as well of your patients, not just the clinical. That's what I'm about. And so in the past, not nowadays all good, but in the past, doctors have been with my loved ones more dire. I'm concerned. And there was no need to be like that. So we actually, a family member of mine actually went to another doctor in the same practice, where just know the other guy was just more positive, not positive in a irresponsible way, in a coded over kind of way, but was there to help instead of hurt the mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Very important. Don't be doom and gloom. Faith is important to be applied. I don't want to say should, but in my world, faith has tremendous power. It always does. So today, no matter what you hear, and I'm not even saying I'm going clinical. I'm just saying never use it as a substitute for seeking out what is best for your human body. Your human body is your vessel. It needs to be taken care of. And sometimes that means agreeing to treatments that maybe we don't prefer, but we help ourselves. So today's topic is the real reason why health is wealth. I remember decades ago, probably 40 years ago, close to it, I was at a funeral and the person had passed from cancer. And the person's wife, in her grief, could only say, your health is everything. Take care of your health. And yes, health is better than wealth. And that is an important thing to say. We do have to take care of ourselves. The wonderful thing about our body is that it tells us what it needs. It tells us what's going on. It tells us what it doesn't like. I recently gave up, for the most part, dairy. Now, Sunday is my rest day. So earlier today, I had, and again, you do not have to listen to me, you have free will. But I noticed that I get mucusy with dairy. I clear my throat more. So on my rest day, though, I might have a little bit of butter, but generally butter's out of my life, and it's a choice. I might not have butter next Sunday. I did a little bit today on my multigrain toast. But every other day of the week, I'm putting a little bit of maybe avocado on my multigrain toast, olive oil on my a dab of olive oil on my multigrain toast, something that does not make me mucusy. I've gone more plant-based. So why? Am I saying that you should give up dairy? I am not. I'm saying my body does not want me to have dairy. And so I listen. And anything else like that, I limit cucumbers because my body doesn't like them. But I eat zucchini. I'm later today, I'm going to eat some mixed roast vegetables. And I'm looking forward to that. But I haven't given it up currently completely. I might take a day off and enjoy it. I might, on the run, have half an egg and cheese mini pita. It's egg white and cheese, by the way. So only the cheese, the little bit of tiny bit of cheddar cheese is the dairy. But I've way brought it down, and I'm on my way to probably eliminating it pretty much completely. And it's just because when you feel better, you want to keep feeling better. And I never ate, only during the holidays really, or special occasions when I eat a lot of cheese or something, football game, slice some cheese with my wine, right? Tuscany last year, cheese with my wine. And so, yeah, probably will have that every once in a while, but it's not a lifestyle. Because again, my body is saying it reacts in a congestive way to it, and I don't want to have to clear my throat or sound like I have a cold. And I'm not lactose intolerant, really. It's just a reaction. Maybe even it's a slight dairy allergy for me, and so I honor that. I also noticed that some things that shouldn't give me sugar reaction give me sugar. I start reacting with my body to things that in some way are giving me a sugar reaction in my body. As I said, it's not straight on cookies or cakes and that type of thing. So I'm aware. Now, before I lose you, I'm going to move on from this about what I eat. Why do I want to honor what my body is telling me? Now, if my body wants dark chocolate, it gets dark chocolate. That's semi-dairy. Why? Because what you focus on with this body is not just about the health of your body, but it's the healthy wealthiness of your entire life. There was a great teacher I heard the other day. And he is, I don't mind, I'll call him out. I'll call that out. He is with Diamond Academy, which is run by Kathleen Cameron from Toronto, Canada. She now lives in Malibu and California. And she has a fitness instructor and teacher named Eric Bigger. And I experienced a talk with him the other day. And he said this wonderful, wonderful statement. He said, the body you focus on is the body you experience. And it's also what you focus on with your body, you naturally will focus on. It will naturally impact your whole life. So if you focus on what is wrong with your body, what pain you're experiencing, you will get more pain. If you focus on with your body giving it junk food, your body, that is the life you get. You get a life of junk food. You get a life of junk. Now, again, I started off purposefully telling you I'm not 100% today, but I'm rolling towards it. Doesn't mean you should roll towards 100%. It's a personal will choice. And if someone tells me that I have to give up something, I'm going to go with my free will. I'm not going to live out of fear, because heaven wants us to be fearless. Because we can be fearless. See, what Eric was saying, and he probably will, I don't think he's going to know that I'm even talking about him, but it's all right if he doesn't. Your body and the attention you put to it is how you're determining your quality of life overall. The meaning that you give your body is the meaning you give your life. Because the meaning that we give our body is how much we love ourselves, how much we care about the other areas of our life. So it's all intertwined. Health is wealth, and wealth is, the body has to be included in wealth. Not just how much money you're making, not just what your bank account says, not just your relationship area. It's all intertwined. So the better that you feel inside, the more meaning you give, how important you make your body, how important you make yourself, will show up everywhere else. It manifests everywhere else. So he said something as well, and then we'll move on from his wisdom. But it hit home with me, because he said, out of love, walk 10 minutes. And no matter where that is, outside or on a treadmill, walk 10 minutes, even when you don't want to. Because you're saying that this body deserves that attention, deserves that love, whether you want to or not. Now, I want to hit me because I'll say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm tired tonight. And isn't it tired? Isn't it all right just to rest? Yes, I should rest. But don't I have 10 minutes? Don't I have 5 minutes? Of course I do. It's like saying my body is important. My life is important. Not just my health is important. I'm important. I'm important. You are important. You are valuable. I am valuable. You deserve love overall. I deserve love overall. It's a self-love you give yourself when you decide your vessel is important. When you don't ignore symptoms, you're saying, I love myself. So it's so important not to live in fear and to listen, to acquire the information, to put yourself first. And then when you do, the world responds. You get kindness and generosity from people more. You get opportunities for more prosperity. And it doesn't have to be a stringent, I'm hating this plan. You don't have to join the gym if you don't want to and bike or, jog for an hour. You don't, it's good to lift weights. It's just about really tuning in and saying, I'm going to focus on my body and my vessel as well. I'm going to focus on my inner self in every way, not just spiritually. And in order to manifest wealth and keep it, you have to focus mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Now, there are people who are perhaps physically wealthy in this world that do not do this. But they also, at least temporarily, can talk a good game. Oh yeah, this is working for me. I can eat lots of saturated fats and chemicals in my diet, and I'm as healthy as an ox, or healthy as a horse. And their mind believes it. And for at least a short time, their body will believe it as well. But we get who we are, what we truly believe, and you can't trick energy. You can't talk a good game if you know that genuinely you don't feel healthy. You cannot affirm, I am wealthy, when you're worried about your bank account and the money running out. Yes, I have a book on affirmations because they are helpful. I am is very powerful. It is God's source. It is God code. And if you affirm, you should always affirm. But if there's a delay in what you manifest, it's because your feelings, your emotions, your being are not aligned with what you're saying. So that is the most important thing. Do you feel health? Do you feel good health? Do you feel wealth? Are you embodying it? Are you in a state of it? And if you're not, you're going to have to affirm longer with your words, with your thoughts. Because until everything aligns, you will not see what you want in physical form. And you'll know, if you're looking for it, you're not aligned. If you're checking your bank account every day for how much money is going into it, you're not aligned with wealth. You shouldn't ignore it completely. But you know what I mean, don't you? That you are looking for it to go up because you need it to go up, because you feel that there is lack. Not out of fun are you looking at it going, woohoo, it keeps going up, yay me. No, it's, am I going to have enough to pay my bills? That is not alignment with wealth. Embody. And who is that person? In my world, that's fun. In a weird, not weird in a bad way, but It's so empowering and so powerful to see where I am, because I'm in control. In this world, the thing you are most in control in is your thoughts and your feelings and your words. And if you can and your embodiment, who you are. And if you have got that going on, the world will turn to support you. It will transition. It will do a shift. Simply put, if you feel peace on the inside, you're going to see peace on the outside. The algorithm of the energy of the universe will show you what you're putting out. And if you don't like what you see, then go inside and work on what you're putting out. You're in control. You are at the steering wheel. So I came to this earth to be a spiritual teacher. I knew before I was in kindergarten that I was here to be a spiritual teacher, to be priestly, when I was told I could not be a priest in my church, in my faith. But I was here to help mankind in that way, in some way. And in order to be the best teacher, you have to be an A student. And if you're not, then you have to study more, implement more, and apply more. And so my work includes my own work as a student. And I am an expanded version of me in a way I was not 10 years ago. And also, I'm digressing a bit off the health topic, but I got another reinforcement aha this week. That is known by me, but just a reinforcement. And it's about relationships. And relationships run the world. Another gem by Eric Bigger. And it's truth. But I used to take what was happening with my relationships. I have to be perfect. I have to be a life coach. I have to help them because I'm here to be a spiritual helper. So I have to help everybody. I have to fix and save, perhaps at times. Don't I have to roll over my professional self to my personal life? And I thought I had to be perfect. No one has to be perfect. We just have to be genuine. Be genuine. Be who you are. No matter what that means. And look yourself in a mirror and love yourself. Say, I love you, period. I did an exercise for myself this week where I did that. I put my hand on my heart. Do this. I put my hand on my heart. And I breathed in and out. And then I said, I love you, Lisa. And then I let myself really feel it. And I was moved. I was moved by the love for myself. I didn't say, I love you, but you have to be this way. You have to change. You didn't do well enough in the past. You're not doing well enough now. I didn't put conditions on the love. We're not supposed to put conditions on the love. Just, I love you. Do you know in that moment, you heal yourself? If you have a condition you want to heal, that's the only way to do it. And then also you want to do what's good for yourself. So you'll be making choices for yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, diet-wise, and in other physical ways through that love. It is the only way to do it. The aha I got this week was that there was exposure of relationships around me. Trust was broken. Disrespect. Harm, emotional harm. And I realized that those relationships had to leave my life because I was not aligned with them anymore. That I had leveled up. They are not my people. And it's all right. We're not supposed to hold grudges, because when we hold grudges, it comes back. We're not supposed to be in that lower energy of wanting karma, because it will come back to us. So I'm not in that place. I know better. But have I been wounded by others? Yes. But then I realized not only the greatest sense of self-love of not allowing people to wound me anymore intentionally, because people do it unintentionally. We do it unintentionally a lot of the time when we're working from our good intentions. But I realized it's like, there I now have more energy around me of people who would not do that intentionally. That would not disrespect intentionally or raise their voice or blame others or be victims. No. So it had to be exposed. It doesn't mean they're not good people. It doesn't mean that they don't have wonderful moments. I asked to upgrade myself, to level up, to be an expanded version of myself, and some were not supposed to go up with me. Now, does that mean that I am better than them? No. We're all one consciousness. Or as my peer Karen says, we consciousness. We're all connected. It's about alignment. Sometimes even though relationships are eternal, they're not forever. See the difference? Sometimes we fall out of alignment. When it comes to marriage, it's called irreconcilable differences, where you just grow, but you grow out of alignment with each other. You feel things aren't adding up. There's a distance. It's not what you desire anymore. So that's why, and if you listen every week, you've heard me say this, it's so common. I used to think it was a different meaning, but now I know better. When you love someone, you set them free. That is when you are out of alignment. Now, sometimes they come back. Sometimes, they make guest appearances. Maybe. Sometimes they come back completely. I'm amazed. Life is amazing, by the way. Please know life is amazing. I'm amazed at who exited. And I exited too, and has come back. And they're different people. Not completely different, of course. Let me put it to you this way. And I might go longer today, but most of us have a snow day. Um, it's not that we become different people. It's that we remember who we are. People come to their true, genuine selves. So I have people that I parted from a couple decades ago that are back in my life, and I'm back in theirs. It's not one-sided. And they're not the version that they were when I interacted with them before. But they're only we all have come to a memory more and more and more of who we really are, who we genuinely are. And so blessed, so grateful. Not taking anything for granted. Now, I'm a human being. Everybody is here in our physical bodies. And of course, I don't want people to be unkind to me, to be disrespectful, to be thoughtless and selfish. Of course not. It's an ouch. But when things happen to you, even if it's the cashier in the line, step back and say, what could be really going on here? What is this teaching me? It is said that God hears the conversations before you do. Yep. The God, whatever you call that energy, God, universe, source, matrix, quantum, whatever you want to call it, Yahweh, Allah, whatever you want to call it, it knew what was going on before you. It knew that before you were disrespected in person, you were disrespected behind your back. So we want to know that stuff. Now, sometimes it happens with people who are people you just can't cold turkey cut. Maybe it's a son, a daughter, another family member, a coworker that you still, are in the job. But it doesn't mean that you don't honor yourself. Doesn't mean you don't set the standards. You're in charge of your bar. There is only 2 reasons why these things happen, truly. 1, you've been putting out that energy and it comes back to you. I looked at that. And I always look at that, by the way. It's not, and I don't put myself immediately off the hook. Is there a reason why this person is reacting to me that way? Is it coming from me and it came back to me like a boomerang? Or, in the case it happened to me, out of alignment, leveling up, people have to go. So there's only 2 things, but the first thing is important, very important. How you treat others will come back to you, even if it's not intentional. So it's so important to know. I went to say something and I stopped myself. But I look within to see, to make sure, is there some way I've got to do better? And then I go at it. I know, remember, I love Lisa as you love you. So this isn't negative when I say I have to do better. This is, I'm happy for the lesson. Thank you. And I want to learn it. And because I know that I will be a even better version of me than I'm my lovable self today, But it also means that my environment will get better too. I'll get even more aligned people around me. Or I'll raise my vibration to align, going even higher. More health, more wealth, more love. I don't want to miss out on that. You don't as well, right? And we're taught by traditional religion that we have to please a human God. God's just giving us what we put out and agreeing to it. That's what free will is. So back to health. When you focus on lack of love regarding your health and body, you will get more of that. When you focus on the same with any area of your life, you get more of. It has to be a multitask. It has to be multiple foundations. You can put it into categories of health and finances and relationship and personal development goals. But you can't throw out any of them, because all of them together is what makes your ultimate happiest life. And remember, wonderful listeners, you can't fake it. Yes, should you smile and be kind? Absolutely. I've done that when I don't feel the smile within. But yeah, it's genuineness is what universe, God, source responds to. Energy, vibration responds to. Always. It has to by natural laws. It's just set up that way. Automatically. There's no Hail Mary, answer to a prayer, unless your faith and inner self has aligned with it. You are in charge. I'm going to wrap it up now because we're at 38 minutes. I hope that you connected with that and it was helpful. And if you have any idea, any suggestion for a topic you'd like me to cover along the spiritual sense, it can be anything. You want to talk about aliens? We'll go there. Please email me at serenityharbor@verizon.net. I would like it. And once again, on all the platforms, if you can, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for allowing me to be part of your life. And go to my website, lisahop.com, for all my upcoming events. A lot of my services are available, most of them by telephone and Zoom as well. So we're not locked up by geography here. Check it out. And again, thank you. Have a wonderful, warm, safe day and week, and many blessings.